Hello and welcome to another Slice of Rye Toast. My name is Mike Levy. Today's session was inspired by my grandson, who recently called me from his car. In the middle of our conversation, I suddenly heard followed by,
"What an asshole."
It seems that another driver cut in on him while he was signaling and attempting to turn. Was that you beeping? I said. Yes, he replied, and I never beep. So how did they react? I said. Oh, just looked over at me and shrugged. We took a few more minutes and then ended the call. But I got to thinking about the incident. You see, what my grandson doesn't know is that every day I fight an ongoing battle against behaving like an arsehole. I've been doing it for years. This is therefore a subject with which I have some familiarity. And when I told my wife that I was recording an episode about my experiences, she replied,
"So I guess this is going to be a long session."
And she also suggested a title. So please join me now for I Am an Arsehole. Hello, if I could have your attention, please grab a tea or coffee from the back table and take your seats. Just one cookie, please. On last week's field trip, someone took two and we didn't have enough to go around. It's my pleasure to welcome you to today's meeting of the Sad Arse Society. As you know, we are the only self-help group for recovering arseholes, so it's great to see so many of us gathered here. I will now formally begin the meeting in our traditional way. My name is Mike Levy, and I am an arsehole.
Hello, asshole.
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 Hello, asshole. Thank you. Your support means an awful lot to me. For those of you who are here for the first time, let me tell you a bit about myself. I am a self-proclaimed expert, author, and frequent speaker on this topic. I am also a lifelong sufferer and have for some years been arsehole in residence at Dork University. Tonight, I want to share with you some of the latest research that has come across my desk. So first, let's define the term. An arsehole is a bad, stupid, and annoying person, with the emphasis on annoying. And we have identified three categories. Category 1 is the mildest form, sometimes referred to as a bit of an arsehole or just a pain in the arse. Category 2 is a regular arsehole, the most common form of the condition. And Category 3 rings the bell as a complete arsehole. They exhibit across the board 24/7 unmitigated behavior. They are very difficult to handle or to cure because by this stage they have PO'd most if not all of their colleagues, family and friends. Look at the person beside you. What kind of arsehole are you sitting next to? What kind are you? As part of our ongoing public outreach effort, I have recently published a pamphlet entitled Mike Levy's Complete Field Guide to the Care and Feeding of Arseholes. It's a quick and easy read and will hopefully promote greater understanding of the plight of our community. As an aside, for legal reasons, I am required to mention that my graduate assistant at Dork U, Raitor M. Joshi, has claimed to be the real author of this publication and has stated that I am, quote, a credit-stealing arsehole. This is pure nonsense. Full credit was given in a copious footnote, but that reference was removed from the final draft on the advice of my arsehole lawyer. Not my fault. Now for a few words about the field research which continues to deliver valuable insights. We have found that the ideal habitat for observing our community is the nation's road system, particularly highways and intersections. As an example, if someone drives at the speed limit or slower in the highway fast lane and is oblivious to the long line of cars stacked up behind them, then they are very likely to be an arsehole. If somebody pulls up beside them to overtake and in passing shows them the universal arsehole identification sign, that is to say, a single raised finger, then that is definite confirmation that they are. If, on the other hand, the driver of the passing car lowers their window and unleashes a torrent of foul abuse which prompts the slower driver to react by accelerating to block them from overtaking, then they are both likely to be full-blown Category 3s. By the way, last year in Canada, 73.3% of all reported road rage incidents were shown to involve one or more arseholes. We are also making great strides in developing new diagnostic tools for our condition. Unfortunately, there is as yet no definitive biological marker, such as a blood or genetic test, but there are certain facts that we have determined. We now know that just naming a person an arsehole makes them so. If you call someone an arsehole, then they will remain one indefinitely. If someone calls you an arsehole, then you are one, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. But as most of you here today will know, the most reliable method of self-diagnosis, and my particular favorite, is the tried and tested one of asking somebody close to you, a friend, relative, spouse, or significant other. Take them aside in a quiet moment and just come out and ask the question. Tell me the truth, gorgeous. Am I an arsehole? They will almost without exception be happy to confirm the fact.
You really are.
And will welcome the opportunity to offer you numerous examples, often stretching back decades. You can then take the first step to redemption by offering a heartfelt apology. Again. In conclusion, I would like to remind you of the core beliefs of the Sad Arse Society. Number 1, once an arsehole, always an arsehole. Number 2, learn to love your inner arsehole. Number 3, make amends to your victims. And number 4, always ask yourself, what would a real arsehole do? And then do the opposite. Thank you. Before we close, I would once again like to thank our high school volunteer, Emilia Ellis, for supplying the refreshments tonight. Please make sure you pay her for whatever you took. Some of you arseholes stiffed her last week, and she had to cover it out of her babysitting money. This meeting is now closed. Have a safe drive home, and don't be a highway arsehole. And so ends I Am an Arsehole. So, to my long-suffering wife and everyone else, I'm really sorry for the annoying arsehole I've been all these years. And I'm doing my best to improve every single day.
You really are.
Thanks, beautiful. I guess there's hope for me yet. Until next time, this is Rye Toast.